She was humanly able to. And
No, she did it.
she did it,
She did it, and she did it very well.
But you know, when you lose somebody in that kind of position, you don't have any backup. And there's nobody there to pick up the slack. And we had been talking about that in the very beginning of the year, that we needed those kind of overlaps in place just in case something were to happen. And guess what? Something happened, unfortunately. So, you know, this is an effort to help, if God forbid anything happens in the future, we've got the people in place that can step in and handle these other duties. You know, we were very fortunate to have Penny here to handle the financials for many months until we got that hire in place. But goodness gracious, what would we have done as a board if we didn't have her here? We'd have been paying a large sum of money to an outside firm to come in and try and straighten things out.
And what is Judy making, if I may ask, without submitting a right to know?
She had 80?
I think she was at 80.
I think she was at 80.
That was less than the previous.
So you're replacing Elizabeth's 87 for 130.
That's where we're at.
That's correct.
Where's that money coming from? It wasn't budgeted. I'm sorry, Doug Mackley, sorry, gotta abide by the rules.
Thank you, sir. We've been very frugal this year.
That's not an answer.
That's where the money's coming from.
That's unacceptable, Penny.
So,
It's not a budgeted item.
that's correct.
That's just a fluff off, that's all you're doing, diverting. You know, Mr. Mitchell talked a little bit ago about being transparent. You people aren't transparent right now.
You know, we have a $15,000 on Tony that wasn't budgeted either. So we're just wondering where all this money's coming from. I'm a tax-paying citizen, and that's what these open meetings are for.
That's right.
So I'm asking, I think I'm asking legitimate questions. And I have to tell you, in all my years involved in this township, I'm not sure why a manager needed an assistant. We have never had that. I was here when we had a township manager that not only ran this building, she ran the water and sewer.
I think from my perspective, the township's growing. There's people coming in, there's development happening, there's businesses coming in.
There always has been. Where have you been? You should have been here with
I've been
Pepperidge
watching
or
closely.
Acme. We've come
And they're
through a
still here.
lot.
That's right.
So you're not anything new and exceptional here.
Okay.
But this kind of money is becoming very exceptional. And I'll wait till open to public comment.
Okay.
But we get no answers, you see. Doug asked where that money's coming from, and there's no answer.
Well, for the last 2 meetings, we put financial reports out here on the table. They're free for anybody to look at and peruse through them. You're welcome to do that like any other citizen.
How under budget are we then, Jim came back?
I don't have that in front of me.
Why not?
We go through this all the time.
Shouldn't you have that information available for a public meeting, whether we're over or under budget at this point?
Depends on which category you're talking about.
Well, the category for this new employee you're hiring that we've never heard anything about until now.
We possibly could be over there.
You're over budget and you're gonna hire somebody besides.
I'm talking about with the hire.
Well then, how can you justify that?
Ma'am, you don't understand what it's like to lose one person in an
Sure you do.
organization. No,
Sure you
hold on, let me finish. One person in an organization that handles so many jobs. She wore multiple hats.
I know that.
And all of a sudden, they're not there. And we had to we have bills coming in, we have payroll to meet, reports to be done, multiple things. And there was nobody here to step in and do that. These provisions were not made in the past. we're doing this now to set us up in the future so that we don't have to deal with that kind of situation again.
When I call here and the person answers the phone, they don't even say their name. Lisa does, but the other person never does. Is she too busy to say her name even when you call?
Well, that's a different subject.
No, it's not.
Well, all right.
It's personnel matters. How can you hire somebody else now to do something else? When Elizabeth did all this on her own.
Elizabeth Dorman lived the township. She did. She took the work home. She had the computer at home tied into here. I know one year she didn't take any vacation. And then, well, we won't go any further than that, but she lost all that vacation. So to find somebody like that, with that much knowledge and dedication, I don't expect anybody to do that.
Why not?
She was a saint. She
Yeah.
was.
Absolutely.
She was a saint. She was a sweet young, sweet lady too. And what she did was phenomenal. And when she left, all that knowledge went with her. And we're trying to train 2 people so that if somebody leaves, we have somebody to fill in.
Yeah, but you're just hiring this person for human resource and administrative assistant. You haven't cross-trained anybody to do the financials, so who's gonna do this person's work as a cross-trainer? You know, you keep talking about that, but
This lady's gonna work with our new financial person.
you're gonna work with her,
Yes, she's gonna work with Judy.
okay?
That's the idea. Her and Judy,
And she has that background.
yes.
Yes.
So there are people out there that have a human resource background and a financial background. You just didn't write the ad right, that's all.
We have a motion.
We have a motion and a second. It does need to vote, sir.
You ready to vote? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you.
That's all I have, gentlemen. Thank you.
Public comment, non-agenda items. Don't have to.
Oh, you wanna go?
Well, let me just finish on
Yeah, go
that.
ahead,
You
Judy.
know, I really truly did want to ask how Tony's working out. Because he's Penny's assistant. So, is he helping take workload off of Penny? Because that's what his says, is he's an assistant, manager's assistant.
He is an assistant, that is correct. And
So
what we're
he's
doing-
helping you out?
If I can let me talk. So when I was brought in here, it is my duty to make sure that this township has never gone through, again, what it is going through this year. Elizabeth was a saint, and she was a wonderful person. But Elizabeth, although she did all those jobs, Elizabeth needed help and never asked for it, okay? Even our accounting software was not set up the way it should be. So we are making leaps and bounds, bringing this township up to where it needs to be. This township, it has to be protected. There's several people, cross-training has to take place. This new girl is going to work with the financial director and be able to take over her job should anything happen there.
Okay.
I'm in the process of training Tony. You know, is he taking jobs off my plate? No. It is my job to train him in all the areas that he is not familiar with, and that's what I'm doing. Tony does not know a lot of the financial side of things, and that's what I am training Tony to do. So in the event that I'm not here, Tony can step in. And this township will never be in the position that it was in this year. And it'll keep running smoothly, no matter who's out. And
So
that's what we're
Tony's
doing
getting
here.
paid to be, for what?
Tony already has a lot of knowledge, you know, and he is a very good assistant. So, and every township should
Why?
have an assistant manager, especially a
And-
township of this size.
And you know, we have a new roadmaster and I have yet to see him.
So,
He gives a report or you give a report.
they
We're
give a
paying,
report at the end of the month, the roadmaster does, and he wasn't here the first end of the month because he was on vacation. He'll be here for the next meeting. So, and Brendan's working out very well,
he's working out very well.
very well.
Good.
So,
When did you get it qualified yet? Is he qualified yet?
he is more than qualified.
We're just spending a lot of money, and I'm a taxpaying resident here, so I don't want to see my taxes jump because everybody needs an assistant. This township has run for years, well-oiled and very smoothly. Yes, we had an unfortunate incident this year with losing Elizabeth, but the old saying is, no one is irreplaceable.
Well, I differ with you.
I differ too.
I differ with you in Elizabeth's point. She was a saint.
Cheers to that.
She did more than,
Well, you just replaced her is my point, so she's not, you know, you just replaced her. You just took
we
two of them.
replaced,
You took
replaced
two.
the position, not the person.
That's correct.
We replaced the position, Sue, but not the person. You'll never replace that person, no.
I agree.
So, did you want?
Yes. Doug Mackley, 66 South Reevestown Road. The $19,246.53 check that was sent to Sidney Gold Law Firm for Chris Flory's lawsuit. Did the township get a settlement letter from them?
Yes.
Okay, let me just ask a couple questions. How was that check sent out? Certified mail, priority mail, what was it sent? How was it sent?
That check went to our solicitor, and our solicitor handled it from there.
Okay, and when was the check sent out?
I don't have a date on that,
Jeff, you signed the checks, when was it sent out?
the day after it was signed.
I'm not the treasurer, sir.
You signed the checks,
I don't sign all the checks. I'm not the
who
treasurer.
signed that check?
I signed it.
When was it sent out, Alan? I'm on a
Week
fishing,
before.
I'm on a fishing
The day
expedition.
after.
Huh?
The day after it was signed.
There for something.
So the hang-up is we don't know what day it was signed.
We can find out and get back to you.
All right, when did you get the settlement letter? Before the check went out or
Before.
afterwards?
I think we got the settlement check.
Be
Letter
sure,
before.
be careful.
Yeah, you got the letter.
You think or
before.
you know?
No.
I'm not picking on you, I want an answer, that's all.
Mhm,
There's a lot of thinking going on.
mhm.
You know, there's a protocol, you never send out a $20,000 check on a lawsuit without a settlement letter. You just don't do that, that's management 101. And I'm just trying to find out, there's a lot of stuff that's not being said here,
Mhm.
and I'm just trying to find out to get to the bottom of it, that's all I'm doing.
Well, as you know, sir, and I heard it over the years a lot of times, you don't discuss personnel issues in public. You don't do that.
This isn't a personnel issue. It became public because I got a copy of the lawsuit. It's public record. It's public record. You can go online and print it. I'll bring it in for you. So it's not private. So it's now out in the open. Okay, again, we don't have answers. Next question. Why wasn't the payout to Chris Flory in the amount of $17,065.98, his net amount, listed separately on the list of bills dated August 4th, 2020?
Talk about personnel.
No, Jeff, it's not personnel. Don't sit up there and say that. It's listed on a public record. You guys hid it under employee payout, payroll. He's not an employee.
But it was a payroll check.
It doesn't matter. He's not an employee. You're lying. You're being deceitful. You're not being transparent. You're trying to hide this thing.
But that's not
You're-
true, sir.
You're
That was
trying,
a-
I have the 4 penny. You're trying to hide it, and that's the end of the story. You could have listed it as a payout to Chris Flory for a lawsuit. But you didn't want to do that because you didn't want to go through you're trying to hide this whole darn thing.
Sir, it was a payroll.
It's not payroll.
It was payroll.
It was.
Yes,
I
it
beg
was.
to differ with you.
Well,
How can it be payroll when he's
Because
fired 4 months before that?
because the settlement agreement said it shall be pay, and it shall be treated as payroll. And
Okay,
that is what our solicitor instructed us to do.
okay,
That was
so,
a payroll check, taxes were applied.
And
So
sir,
it had to
you-
run through payroll.
You drew up the contract. You should know what the language was.
that's right, and you know why we drew that up, Jeff?
I have no idea.
Well, but I'm looking right at it.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
Well, I think there's.
The man needed protection, but it didn't work.
So close to this one.
Mr. Mitchell, while we're on the subject, how many reasons is there in the township code that allow you to go into executive session? Do you know?
Personnel issues.
How many more?
Uh,
You don't know, do you?
Legal risk.
There you go.
You're clueless.
Okay.
There's 6 reasons. Do you want me to run them down for you?
I don't think that's necessary.
Well, you don't even know the answer, and you're a sitting supervisor. My point is, Alan has announced on different times, on March 20th, you announced an executive session for an emergency meeting. What the H is that? That's not a reason to go into executive session, and it's on YouTube, so don't sit and shake your head no. It's on YouTube.
We declared an emergency in the township, perhaps.
You can't, it's not a reason for executive session. But any lawyer will tell you that, and so will the DA.
What do you remember, R.C.?
I don't remember. Was that because of the COVID?
What date was that?
March.
March.
It's around that time frame.
5 minutes are almost up. I promise I'm gonna quit after this. I need 2 other meetings explained to the public. At an executive session meeting on July 7th and also on July 22nd at 9 a.m., minutes state, no action taken. Then makes a statement that direction given to the township manager. Now, I beg, there's something wrong here, fellas. You can't have no decision and then give direction to a township manager. You made a decision, and you didn't announce what that decision is, and you're required by law to do that.
No decision was made because I needed further information.
It
So
says
that
right
is-
in there
that is
that you were
my
given
directive.
direction.
Yes, to gather more
It
information.
didn't say that.
Well, it doesn't have to say what my directive is.
Penny, you and I will be talking, and so will the lawyer.
Okay,
Okay.
very good, sir.
Jeff, you can sit and shake your head all you want. You got a lot to learn. You ought to start by learning what you're allowed to do in executive session and how many reasons you're allowed to use it for. I yield my time.
Thank you, Doug. Any other further?
Yeah, you didn't really give me an opportunity to ask, why are the electric charging station updates and the bus services always tabled?
Because we have a lot more pressing matters at the township right now.
Like what?
Many, many things,
Yeah.
yeah. We're trying to get staff in place. We're trying to get caught up on a lot of things that
How long
haven't
would it
been
take
done.
to call this bus company up and ask them if they can get the bus there? 5 minutes?
So,
I think we did do some research on that,
We
and
did.
they
Yeah,
said
it was
that they,
We're gonna get back to it sometime.
towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to me that more time is spent putting this on the agenda than it constantly gets tabled. I don't think it would take that long to call them again.
Okay, I received requests for bus service to Denver. As you may be aware, we are already providing a shuttle service to Four Seasons on High Concrete to this area for the employees. We will include your request as part of our annual route and schedule change evaluations, which may normally take place in August of every year. So that's their answer.
So did we follow up before August to find out if they were gonna add to them?
No, we did what we were requested to do. They're putting our request as part of their annual route.
Then why is this constantly said it's gonna be tabled? I guess is my question.
So,
If you have an answer, why is it tabled?
We don't have an answer that they're gonna include us, I guess.
Well, what kind of follow-up is gonna be done then? That's what I'm asking.
I don't
It's
know.
been tabled, I asked this last year. Before COVID, before Elizabeth passed away, I asked this last year. It's now September. Is it gonna take that long to call them again?
Has anybody else even mentioned that?
No.
But you put it on the agenda every month, every meeting. So why bother to put it on there if you're not gonna follow up on it? I don't think it's too much to ask. Okay, Penny, I appreciate you calling me back on the certifications of the roadmaster. I, without exaggeration, had to play the message back 8 times in order to catch what you were saying. These certifications, I think, are what you said. TA1 co-locator program,
PA1 call?
what?
PA1 call? No?
I still don't get you.
PA1
PA1
call,
call, CALL
correct?
program,
Correct?
okay. Stormwater facility operation and maintenance,
Correct?
A1 certification, salt and snow management. Is that what you said?
I don't have the list in front of me.
Traffic basic signs, equipment, worker safety,
Yep.
flagger certification, CPR, bloodborne pathogens, OSHA, PennDOT asphalt common maintenance, traffic basic signs, Class B, CDL, and then the last one, I could not figure out what you were saying. John Rock defensive driving.
Maybe John Roth, defensive driving, that might have been an instructor.
Okay, so the 3 employees that we have on the road crew, they all have all these certifications, right?
I don't know if they do or not.
Does anybody know?
You have to check their files.
Okay, once again, I'll ask why Rose Hill is not being resurfaced this year. The money was put in the budget for this year from last year. I know COVID is a common excuse for everything. What's the reason why we're not getting done this year?
I think our answer is probably similar to what it was last time you asked.
Well, I keep asking. I'm not getting an answer that's satisfactory. Why isn't it being resurfaced? The money's in the budget. Is the
Well,
money that's in the budget for that being used for something else?
No.
Where did the money go then?
it's still there, those are state liquid funds.
Then why can't we get repaved or resurfaced? Please give me an answer that makes sense.
You already answered her.
Yeah.
Well, then what's the answer? No answer?
We did answer you in this June.
What's the answer?
The answer is, with COVID, our revenues are gonna be down.
But that'll be for next year. The money that you're talking
That's
about will
correct.
be for next year. Next year, you'll tell me the revenues are
No,
down, and we're not gonna get
revenues will be
repaid.
down this year. They expect it drop this year in revenues.
But the money's already in the budget.
Just because it's in the budget doesn't mean it has to be spent.
Well, there's money that's being spent that's not in the budget too. Like
Yeah,
for the salary for this new employee.
yeah, which is very much needed.
Well, the roads are needed to be
Absolutely.
resurfaced also, it's very
Absolutely.
much needed. Who decided that it wasn't gonna be repaved or resurfaced?
The board decided that, and the road crew decided that. That was,
The road crew decided that?
the road crew went around to the ones that.
Which
needed
road
it.
crew?
We got a, we requested our engineer, Mr. Schick, to give us an opinion.
Which engineer is that? What is his
Mr.
title?
Schick, he's our transportation engineer. And we asked for an opinion from him, what roads we should prioritize to have done this year. And he gave us a priority list. And we followed it.
I believe you went out and inspected them too, right?
He was inspecting them.
But you weren't, you guys weren't one of them too, right?
No. No, I looked on my own, Mr. Fry looked on his own.
I don't agree with you. The road, the money's in the budget, the road should be resurfaced. You're not gonna,
Is there any potholes in the development need fixed?
huh?
Do you have any potholes in the development that need fixed?
We have areas that are probably half the size of this room, that are loaded with cinders, that were ripped up and that were supposedly fixed. We have at least 4 of those. Every time you drive over them, the cinders go all over the place. They should have been fixed right. There's many, many, many areas where they put that sealant on the roads.
You said someone didn't do it right in the past.
I'm not saying that, I'm saying it needs to be resurfaced. The money was put in the budget, you give me no solid reason other than an engineer decided it wasn't gonna be done. Money was put in the budget for Old Homestead, right? To be resurfaced?
And that's where the recommendation was that the priority should be.
Was money put in the budget for this year for Old Homestead to be resurfaced?
Yeah, there were 3 projects for this year, Jim. So
And-
last year in the budget, we had 3 projects that we specifically outlined for this year, yes.
And which other ones being done then besides Old Homestead? If there were 3, and Roseville's not getting done.
It was this-
The oil check-in.
Oil and Chip and Ridgeview,
Yeah, thank you.
and Seal Cove. The only overlay was done in Old Homestead this year. Overlay is very expensive.
No, the roads are getting old. Our roads are over 20, 23 years old. UGI has come through and drilled holes in there, looking for shut-off valves. Well, I'm not satisfied with your answer.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Anybody else? Any motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you, moving on.